and welcome to the British Open Pairs competition at the Midland Bank Crown Green Bowls Festival at Rhyl. We're at the quarter-final stage. Brian and Kevin Whitlow from Chester and Jim Rowson and Tommy Rothwell from Lee have already made it to the semis. There was a sensation in the third quarter-final when Harry Littlefair and John Clark were deemed by the organisers to have deliberately thrown their match against the Wrexham pair Malcolm Mitchell and Roger Crowther. It had been alleged that the Warrington pair did this because they weren't able to attend the semi-finals. However, they could have hoped to earn a larger share of the prize money from losing their quarter-final than if they'd pulled out after winning their previous match. Jackie Hunt, who doubled up as tournament director as well as our commentator, explained to Hugh Johns when he first became suspicious.
Well, I had a feeling in the end of the second set, but certainly it was more apparent in the third set. When Littlefair and Clark were 7-3 up, and he had at least 15 or 20 yards to get in, and he threw his ball off the green.
Yeah, well, they'd already struck, and the bowls were left in the middle of the crown, right out in the middle of the green, and the block, the jack itself, was way out towards the ditch. Anything within 20 yards of that jack would have won it, and won the match as well.
Absolutely, yes, and there was certainly no reason why he couldn't get another one, and he's deliberately thrown his bowl into the gutter.
Then after that, Clark, who had been leading for that pair particularly well, did you feel that he was dropping them short deliberately?
Oh yes, there's no doubt about that. He had been playing consistently well throughout the first two sets, and then suddenly he started playing 10-15 yards short.
Why was this happening? Were you aware that there might have been something like this happening insofar as Clark not wanting to play any further than that particular round?
Well, yes, we did know that he had problems on the Thursday, but he gave us a total commitment that he could make it on the Thursday. And it was quite apparent when his bowling was deliberately going short that he was throwing the game.
And even further on then into the match, Harry Littlefair started to run with his bowls. Why do you think he was doing that, Jack?
Well, he was deliberately trying to get within a metre of the bowls, and he knew that Wilf Oak, the referee, would warn him and then finally kick the ball off. And Wilf, in fact, did give him a first warning.
But in fact didn't on that occasion kick the ball out, so they're still left in a winning situation, or getting close to winning, right at the very end. And again, Harry Littlefair started to run with his bowl, didn't he?
He did indeed, yes. And it was on the last end when Crowther and Mitchell were lying two in. Littlefair has got one bowl to come, and he's played what looked like a good bowl. And he's got so close to it and deliberately stamped on the bowl. And then he knew it was a dead ball. And therefore, there's no doubt in my mind that the game was thrown.
So Littlefair and Clark were thrown out of the competition, a move that was later backed by the Crown Green Bowling Association. They banned the pair from competition sine die, with no appeal available until this time next year. Malcolm Mitchell and Roger Crowther, who'd won that quarter-final, sportingly agreed to replay their quarter-final against John Sparks and Roger Stanworth from Mould, who'd originally been beaten in the previous round. And we'll see that match later in the programme. On first, though, to the scheduled fourth quarter.